shortly after 11 last night as people were leaving an album release party for a rapper. Police say a vehicle drove past and fired into that crowd of people. 2 men, 2 women. They were transported to a hospital where they were pronounced dead. Many of those who were injured.
Hey, yo, I told y'all she was YNW Mello and the apple don't fall too far from the tree. This your boy Big Keys against the world. While she was running around here acting like she was Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. And I will always set a nigga up. Her daddy was running around here selling the guns. The gun. Look, wait till we get into this news, y'all. Now I gotta read it off my phone because I'm getting it fresh off the presses. Look, off the presses. Look, the father of rapper Mello Buckzz was arraigned on federal firearm charges today, Tuesday, just days after the drive-by gunman targeted her fans in River North. Guess what, y'all? He was selling the guns to informants. This nigga damn near an informant. Wow, listen to this shit. Federal officials say Melvin Doyle, her name is Melanie Doyle, Melvin Doyle. She her daddy's son. I mean, well, the dude, I don't know. I never seen the coochie. However, federal officials say Melvin Doyle illegally sold 13 guns since May 20th, 2025 to confidential informants working with the Bureau of Alcohol ATF, basically, right? Including one transaction that took place after the July 2nd mass shooting outside Artist Lounge. This nigga, listen, I told y'all, her and her daddy didn't have no remorse. I told y'all, especially her, she didn't give a damn. As her friends was lying on the ground dead, wet, full of blood and bullets, the daddy was selling guns. It's not over with, y'all. He sold a recent gun, July 7th. Look, it's not over with. Look. Including one transaction that took place after the July 2nd mass shooting outside Artiste Lounge, where his daughter, Melanie Doyle, had hosted a record release party. A law enforcement source said that investigators have found no evidence connecting the gun sales to the shooting outside the lounge, right? While the complaint does not mention Shorty, his daughter, a source confirmed that Doyle is the rapper's father, according to a federal complaint filed Tuesday. Basically, y'all, they on his ass. They on her ass for real. She done opened up. That's my next blog, right? She done opened it up. Now they saying that the daddy that's the guns he's selling didn't have a connection with the gun. Of course they didn't, because that's some crazy shit, right? I'm just saying, it's mighty funny that all this death and shit is happening, and y'all the cause of the death. It's mighty funny that your daddy is helping the murder rate in Chicago. Is just mighty funny that your ass, Mello, I'm gonna call you YNW Mello, Melanie, right? YNW Mello, Melanie. It's mighty funny you got up out of there before the shooting, but your daddy was selling guns before the shooting. Now they say ain't no connection, but I'm pretty sure he supposed to have his ear to the streets. Your daddy didn't know nobody was gonna shoot up that party. It said he sold it July 2nd. It took place after the look. This is crazy work for real, for real. Then he sold another gun July 7th, 2nd and the 7th. This is nasty work. It said he sold 2 informants 9mm Glocks. They got all for $1,200, $3,800. He was taxing niggas for the. How you gonna tax a nigga for the murder? You gonna tax a nigga for the feature? He was going crazy. For real, for real. Federal agents arrested Doyle following Monday's transaction. He is now charged federally with being a felon in possession of a firearm. Then listen, more of the story, y'all. She about to go to jail. The daddy didn't went to jail. That nigga about to snitch. You mean to tell me the daddy sold guns as early as July 2nd, and the last gun was July 7th? His ears wasn't to the street. He don't know who shot that shit up. Who wouldn't ask that? If I'm her father, right? I'm selling the guns. I'm going to say, hey, man, you heard who shot my daughter shit up? Type shit. Or what's the word on the street about that? Huh? Then the feds come. Why you think the feds came, y'all? Why you think the feds trying to play cleanup for real, for real? Let me tell you where the feds messed up at. We saw this happen with Tekashi 6ix9ine, where Tekashi almost died on the feds' watch. Now, the feds have been sued in the past because people have died under their watch. So you know it's about to be a murder, but you so thirsty for the investigation that y'all allowed the murder to happen. This is how the feds got sued in the past. Do your Googles, right? In this instance, it was a mass shooting, the biggest mass shooting for the year, right? Of the year. We already gave her the award. She already won, right? In this instance, the daddy sold guns that may or may not, because they're trying to say so far they have not found no connection to it. But the daddy still sold guns that may or may not lead to a lot of lives being lost. One of them guns could have been the guns that was in the shooting. They haven't found connection to the guns he sold yet, all the guns, because they don't know they don't have the guns that the suspects used. Once they get those guns that the suspect used, they're gonna be able to tie that shit to his ass, which is crazy work. This your boy Big Keys, Keys Against the World. I'm up out of here. YNW Mello, aka Whitney. What could we call you with Whitney Houston? You ain't shit like Whitney Houston. But I'm not even gonna play with Whitney Houston name. Your ass going to jail and you deserve to be sued. This your boy Big Keys, Keys Against the World. I'm up out of here.